Hello everyone and welcome back to Game 3 here of this Best of 7 Show Match King of the Hill series brought to you by SC2casts.tv. Let's go ahead and get into Game 3. We've got MTW Dimaga spawning as the Blue Zerg at the 12 o'clock position here on Scrap Station, and Scrap Station once again is going to be picked by Dimaga as he was unfortunately the loser of the last game. And that leaves him down 2-0 against Kiwikaki here. But anyways, he is going to spawn at the 12 o'clock position, which is the beneficial point of Scrap Station. And even though Scrap Station is a widely considered Zerg favored map, there are two different spawn positions that really make it difficult for Zerg. If Zerg spawn in this position, their creep is nowhere near the ramp, and it actually forces them to use two creep tumors to spread the creep to their expansion, compared to where here they could just put one down, and then one here as well. But anyways, once again, Dimaga's opponent is going to be Kiwikaki, once again spawning as the yellow Protoss, at the 3 o'clock position here on Scrap Station. And once again, SC2casts.tv, big thanks to them for putting the prize money up, $100 big before US dollars to the winning player. And of course, the winning player does get to return next week for the second series of this King of the Hill show match. And I think it's going to be 4 weeks total. So hopefully we'll see how that goes, and if the sponsor really likes it, they'll keep on producing. But anyways, Kiwikaki has been playing just fantastic. Blink Micro, a really good unit composition, and he's really favoring this fast expansion. Game 1 he did it, just straight up fast expanded. Game 2 he did a little bit of gateway pressure, and then fast expanded, and now it looks like he's going to be Forge fast expanding here on Scrap Station. Dimaga is going to see this, so he's probably going to think that he is safe, although he did go for an earlier pool because he didn't see those gateways with his Overlord really fast, and it is kind of a shorter distance compared to the 4-player maps and the multiple spawn positions that 4-player maps can have. He chose to be safe and go with, he got his gas about halfway through his pool, and his spawning pool is finished, so he's going to be able to get Metabolic Boost if he wants. But it looks like he wants to take this natural expansion. He doesn't have quite enough minerals, but also he's now just seeing this photon cannon. So a little bit of cheese work here from Kiwikaki. Some people will call this cheese. Personally, if it happened to me, I'd call it cheese. But I guess it is just good strategic play, utilizing that first forge to put down a photon cannon near the Zerg's natural expansion that's going to stop that from mining. So the Zerg's going to be forced to one base, or they're going to be forced to go and grab their second base way out here, or even the gold expansion, but that's not very effective as your forces are just too spread out. And with the fact that hatcheries produce all of the units, and one hatchery being here and one hatchery being here, it's not like you can have two racks here and continually pump out units and have them reinforcing each other. When your units are that spread out, they're just not nearly as effective. But it looks like Dimaga, once again, similar to Game 1, is going to be going, Game 2, I believe, he went for the Baneling Nest. So he might try to do a bust here on this cannon, kill it, and try to take his natural expansion and deal with the fact that he's going to be a little bit behind. The income tab shows that, wow, 10 harvesters behind within the first 5 minutes. Kiwikaki is straight up pumping his probes. He's not even using all of his Chrono Boost for his probes. That's fantastic. I don't know what he's doing with that. He did just use his first set of Chrono Boost here on... this may have been second, but one of the sets of Chrono Boost here on the Warp Gate tech, but it looks like Dimaga is going to be able to come and bust this right open. The Baneling Nest is done. Banelings can be in production. They are. 11 Banelings are just going to rip down this wall. They're not going to be able to run by. I think that's fairly tight. No, units can probably get in there, but... they're really not going to be able to get to this natural expansion. They're probably just going to take out the Forge, as it is the weakest building of the three. And I'm kind of actually surprised by this, but the Cybernetics Core actually has more health and shields than the Gateway does. So I just learned something new today. But anyways, the Banelings are ready. There is 11 of them here. 2 have just finished, so 13 in total. Wow, call her SchickySC. 11 plus 2 is 13. How fantastic is that? morphing in 2 more, reinforcing with quite a few more Zerglings. He's got, wow, 18 Zerglings here as well, but all of the Banelings, they do blow up on the Forge. There's a few left here, but they're just getting caught up on this force field, and now if Kiwikaki does have enough energy for another sentry, he can throw a few more force fields down, but I don't know if they're going to be out in time. This cannon is almost dead. The force fields are going to come out, and they do get down. Great job by Kiwikaki defending this area with that photon cannon and the force field, warping in 4 sentries at the last second. And that's going to force, and wow, actually Dimaga was probably expecting there to be a fast expansion here, but there wasn't. Look what Kiwikaki's doing. He's got 3 extra warp gates here at the back of his base. Dimaga's probably thinking, WTF, what just happened? Did he trick me into thinking that he was going to be 2-basing and I have to Baneling bust him? But lo and behold, Kiwikaki's on 1 base just like Dimaga is now. The cannon is still up, so he cannot get that expansion up. He's streaming some more Zerglings over, but they're not all coming. Some are stuck here at the watchtower. These Banelings are trying to tuck away into the corner here, but I think Kiwikaki did see them run by, so he knows that they are around. Warping in a ton of Zealots, so really focusing on some Zealot and Sentry heavy play. I haven't seen this since early beta phases when Sentry damage was still 8 instead of 6, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Kiwikaki forced to rebuild that Forge down here, and he'd probably be smart here to push out fairly soon. Dimaga still coming here with his Overlord, just checking to make sure this base is not up. But I don't know if Dimaga maybe thinks that there's a ninja expansion somewhere. He has not checked anything besides the Xel'Naga Watchtower, his natural expansion, and now Kiwikaki's natural expansion as well. The Zerglings backed with Sentry support and a couple Stalkers are pushing out, trying to find those 2 Banelings probably that he did see run by. He knows they're still there. He knows they didn't die. And they're not going to be able to pick off this Overlord, not quite enough range. But Kiwikaki is going to get to take his second base. Dimaga has not seen this quite yet, and I'm not sure what's going to happen here. If Kiwikaki's going to draw this out any longer, or if he's just going to push in on Dimaga. Dimaga using a lot of his drones, building spine crawlers. That's a lot of spine crawlers, and Dimaga GG's. So yeah, his buildings that were in production just absolutely go dead, and that is going to be it for game 3. Kiwikaki does take it, and wow, I guess Dimaga knows that since Kiwikaki tricked him into thinking that he was 2-basing and needing to bust him. If we look at the units lost tab, Dimaga lost over double the resources and, well, about 5 times the amount of units that Kiwikaki did in that exchange up at the front of Kiwikaki's base. So I guess he just knows that he's too far behind, and he's going to go ahead and GG and try to take Game 4 and redeem himself. So stay tuned, guys. Game 4 is coming right up, and thanks for tuning in.